there is a response and there is a noise.
Yeah, yeah.
And more often than not, the two are not consonant. You tend to get affected by the noise because you think that's the truth. And then you grey more. You knew the numbers. You knew the numbers weren't great, but they weren't disastrous. We were close to 150 crores 2011. And it had become fashionable to run RaOne down. You know, similar was a case that they wanted to see Shah Rukh fall. Like the comedy of the film,
Yeah, yeah. Especially the way it's kind of demeaning the South Indians.
is something that I have gone and believed in Shah Rukh, because Shah Rukh has achieved big stardom and success by doing all that, and I had never done it.
Hi Anubhav.
Hi.
Welcome to Screen. Thank you for doing this. So, as I was telling you, Abhi, that I've rewatched RaOne last night. So, I just want to start with, when did you rewatch the film, and what was the last time you watched it? And what were your immediate thoughts? Barring the thinky, it works, it doesn't work, just like instinctive thoughts.
I remember the last time I saw the film, I watched it when it had stopped playing in the theaters, and it had created too much noise.
Yeah.
And one day I remember I organized a private screening, just me in a small preview theater.
Yeah.
I saw the film all by myself. So I wanted to unplug from the clutter
Okay.
and watch it. I didn't fully succeed in doing that, but still, I thought it was fun. It was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, of course there are problems,
Yeah.
but
Uske baad se you have not gone back.
no, I don't.
Okay.
It's very difficult to watch your own films unless they're like 20 years old. And you know, directors tend to watch, we don't get involved in our films because then we are either remembering something, how was this shot done, and how I didn't like this shot but people loved it, or there's so much information in your head. It's very rare that you would tune into your film, maybe someone else watching and you sit down, and sometimes you get sucked in. But that hasn't happened with RaOne.
Yeah.
There was so much noise. So first couple of years after it released, there was so much noise, and the film was so you have to understand, there is a response and there is a noise,
Yeah, yeah,
and more often than not, the two are not consonant.
yeah, yeah.
They're dissonant.
Yeah.
Because now what has happened is that there's an industry that makes films, and there is an industry that feeds off films,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
More often than not, they don't want to be loyal to what they're doing,
Yeah.
like critiquing the film,
Yeah.
but they're more interested in the views and the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So their money comes out of thumbnails. And then after a point, it slowly ceases to matter whether you are saying exactly what you feel.
Yeah.
You are saying which you think will be popular. That becomes that I'm calling noise. And then there is a response to the film, which is from the people who the film was intended for. Like Anas at 12. It was intended for you. But Anas at that point had no connection with me. He could never tell me that he loved the film.
Yeah.
And directors rarely meet their audience.
Yeah.
Actors do.
Yeah.
So we don't really get to know the response. We get to hear the noise. And when you are younger, like I was when I released the film, you tend to get affected by the noise because you think that's the truth. And then you grey more.
Yeah.
And then you see the difference. and then you stop getting affected by it. So I'll give you a contrary example. Bheed released.
Yeah.
Noise, and all noise in my favor.
Yeah.
But the response was not in my favor.
Yeah.
So that's a contrary view. So in RaOne, the response was of the audience was nice to good,
Yeah.
and the noise was bad.
Yeah.
In Bheed, the noise was great,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the response wasn't, because people never reached the theaters.
Yeah.
You have to start to learn the difference between the two. Coming back to your question, I was deeply affected by the noise. And the noise was a new phenomenon. There was an entity called BlackBerry.
Yeah.
And BlackBerry used to have a messenger service like WhatsApp called
Yeah.
BlackBerry Messenger, BBM.
Yeah.
And there you used to have a status. So in your chat box, under your name,
Okay.
will be a status, will be like a tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was quite punishing for the film.
Okay. Yeah.
And so for two years I was deeply affected, and then I started meeting people who had seen the film and who had liked the film.
Yeah.
And then you knew the numbers. You knew the numbers weren't great, but they weren't disastrous.
Yeah.
We were close to 150 crores 2011.
Yeah.
And so slowly one, got to terms with it.
Yeah.
And it had become fashionable to run RaOne down. Also, Shah Rukh had a massive, uninterrupted run as the undisputed star and king
Yeah.
that he actually is.
Yeah.
And we like ruins, no? When we go to Rajasthan and we go to those forts and castles, and we like to see the ruins.
Yeah.
There's a vicarious pleasure in that.
Yeah.
कि यहाँ पे ये राजा साहब घूमते थे, अभी खत्म हो गया सब, अभी दीवारें गिर गई, ये इनका बेडरूम था, खंडहर हो गया.
Yeah.
So similar was a case that they wanted to see Shah Rukh fall,
Yeah.
and it sort of temporarily happened.
We'll come to that later. But I was watching old interview of Shah Rukh that he gave to Taran Adarsh, 2011, just before RaOne, and he was talking about what really impressed him was when you approached him for the film, and he quickly asked you that you told him that I want to make this film for my son, and Shah Rukh said me too, and he said something like तुमने वीडियो गेम्स नहीं खेले हैं, मैं बहुत वीडियो गेम्स खेलता हूँ, तो पहले वीडियो गेम्स खेलते हैं, and then we'll go and make the film. So can you take me back to that moment, how it all began, and that meeting with him and that conversation?
I wasn't into those films, and I am still not.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen most of the So you have to understand, I grew up in Banaras.
Yeah.
So the first film, and we're talking about 77, 78, 79, prehistoric period.
Yeah.
Barely any English films would play in Banaras. So the first English film that I saw in a theatre was a film called Moonraker,
Okay.
James Bond.
Oh. Okay.
So me and my elder sister, we went to watch the film, and we couldn't. My English was good, but we couldn't get the accent and whatever. But we saw a spectacular film. Came back. When I narrated the story to Shah Rukh said, it reminds me of Terminator.
Oh.
I hadn't seen Terminator.
Okay.
I hadn't seen much of Superman. I think I'd seen Spider-Man.
Okay.
I hadn't seen much of Batman. I had not grown up on the tradition of
Comic books.
Not a tradition of video games. I do have a PS in my room, but I rarely play. Then Shah Rukh also sort of educated me. He held my hand and took me into that world. And Shah Rukh was into that. And that's the reason why I got attracted to the story.
Yeah.
So I remember we went to, we were in LA and we went to Hollywood, and he took me to a large DVD store. And we bought like 30, 40 odd DVDs that he gifted to me, and then I saw all those films.
Oh, okay.
That was my baptization into the world of, into the religion of superheroes.
Superheroes, yeah. And how was, so what were the initial conversations like when you started working on it?
He said, when do you want to make it?
Yeah.
So I finished narrating it to him in like 5 minutes. I had
Yeah.
just the core idea
Yeah.
that a father makes a game for his son, the villain comes out,
Yeah.
and now the hero has to be brought out to kill the villain.
Yeah.
That's the core idea.
Yeah.
And so he said, let's do it. So Shah Rukh was such a huge star. I was already privileged having an access, telling him a story.
Yeah.
And he says, let's make it. So I had worked with other stars by then. I had worked with Sanjay Dutt and Ajay Devgan. But I didn't understand the meaning of Shah Rukh saying, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I kept quiet.
Hmm.
I thought maybe he was saying, I like it. Because there was no script.
Okay.
Then he said, when do you want to do it? So this was a serious question. Because now the star is asking about a schedule.
Yeah.
And I said, if you say yes today, which he had said moments back, it'll take me 2 years to start.
Yeah. Okay.
So apparently that resonated with him, that the guy knows that this is, this requires this kind of time.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, let's do it.
Hmm.
And then I started working on the script, and it got to a point where Shah Rukh wasn't sure that I was getting somewhere with it. So there were silences for weeks. And then he went to shoot My Name is Khan in LA.
Yeah.
And it felt like it had fallen apart.
Oh.
Then I wrote another draft.
Hmm.
And then I sent it to him, emailed it to him. He read it. And he called me. And that draft reignited the interest.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he called me to LA, and then I went to LA, and then we hung out.
You were writing with Kanika?
No, Kanika wasn't there at this point.
Okay. You were all alone?
Yeah, I was all alone.
Okay.
Then, once it got reignited, then David Benulu came in first. And that's the time when I met David in Hollywood through a friend, a producer friend. And then it got going.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
You started, I think so, sometime around 2005 or 6, the first gem of an idea. Just after Das, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I told him the story in 2005, July or something.
Yeah. I think so. He was prepping for Om Shanti Om. That's what he told in one of the interviews.
Yeah, maybe I have forgotten that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I was shooting Cash at the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
which released in 2007.
Yeah.
So this is the time when we are talking.
Talking. Yeah.
What I just told you is post Cash.
Okay. Yeah. The
2008
writing process.
types. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when one day after Cash flopped, I was written off. I've been written off a few times.
Yeah.
And nobody answered my phone and all.
Yeah.
And
Which also apparently happened after RaOne. You said in an interview.
Yeah.
The industry.
It was
suddenly-
bigger. It was bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
It was bigger. So 2007 Cash released, destroyed, demolished, and then I'm signed to do a film with Shah Rukh Khan. Then I'm back in the game.
Yeah.
Then I'm in the game for 4 years.
And
Then I'm destroyed again. Then another. Post RaOne is my leanest period, 11 to 18, which is 7 years.
yeah. You made Tumbin 2 in.
Tumbin 2 was a,
Yeah.
and then Mulk
Yeah.
brings me back into the business.
Yeah. Yeah. And Cash not working didn't affect Shah Rukh saying no to the
No,
film. He was not
I
bothered.
thought he will but still, he was the only man who was still answering my messages and
Yeah.
my phone calls.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Coming to the film, what I like, I'll start with that first. I really like, there are two things that I really like. One of them being the fact that how at the heart of it, it's a father-son story. And when I watch it today, I was watching last night, I was just thinking how traditionally are masala films, like since the time Bachchan and like the way Salim Javed used to write, it's the emotional core is always between a son and the mother. That's the traditional way we have been we've been watching a masala film, that the mother emotion is the one that the hero goes forward with. And of course here Karina's role is as important as the other ones, but at the heart of it, it's a father son story, and that I really like even now, that it's sort of a deviation from whatever the archetype was. So was that a conscious choice or something that came naturally?
That was the core story, no?
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Father, who's a video game developer, makes a video game for his son.
yeah,
And because he's nerdy, he makes the hero look like himself.
yeah, yeah.
And the villain comes out on his own. That's artificial intelligence for me at that point.
Yeah,
The computer learning on its own.
yeah. That's the second thing that I really like, because you did it back then.
Yeah, my son, I was shooting IC-814 and one day he must have been sitting at home and he watched RaOne and he messaged me. कभी कभी उसको जब मेरे ऊपर प्यार आता है तो मुझे ब्रो बोलता है वो.
Yeah.
तो कहते हैं ब्रो, artificial intelligence in 2007-8, bravo. So I said, okay, thank you. Because I never looked at it like it's not exactly artificial intelligence, but computer learning on its own
Yeah,
in 2007 is
yeah,
an interesting thought.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Another thing that I really admire about RaOne is the fact that it released in 2011. Just a year prior, we had Shankar making Robot. Yeah, and I think so that was from, if I remember correctly, I might be wrong, but from early 2010s and 12s and whatever, was the time when two things were really coming into the mainstream, like the in Bollywood kind of within that spectrum. One of them was being these like South Indian filmmakers who were making these larger than life spectacles. So there was, of course, Rajamouli was making Magadhira, and he'll go on to make Eega, and then there was Shankar who made Robot. And in that case, RaOne was the first one that kind of captured that sort of interaction, that sort of sensibility, because there's a cameo by Rajinikanth, that cameo. And the other narrative was, of course, this Hollywood type style of storytelling and filmmaking, which I think so, which now Siddharth Anand is doing really well with the films that he's making, Pathan, War and whatever, because they're essentially at the heart they're masala films, but they're also very Hollywoodized in the sense that they're pitched and toned. And RaOne is a film that captures both the sensibilities really well back then. And you guys, and of course nobody knew that this is going to be the trend, say from like in the next subsequent years. It's just an observation, not a question per se. When you guys were making it, you said to Taran Adarsh in the 2011 interview that हमने इस फिल्म को बनाते हुए काफ़ी परंपराएं तोड़ी हैं. So you always knew that this is हटके from the mainstream.
अब मुझे याद नहीं यार, मैं बनारस का हूँ तो थोड़ा सा ब्रैश हूँ मैं.
नहीं, but you were right.
Was I don't know.
I think so you were. Yeah.
I was as I'm becoming an adult. I'm becoming calmer, but I was brash.
Yeah.
I still am brash. So maybe I don't know if I had assessed and said it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if a lot of those statements were deliberate, or I was just on a high horse and I was.
No, I really like you. Whenever I watch RaOne now, I think it got pulled off because there was an innocence to the film. That conviction could only be pulled off when you guys were really in love with the material.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. And in the interview also, when I watch it now, you seem really enthusiastic and excited like a kid
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was making the biggest film in the country.
Yeah.
And with a star that I was a fan of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which also actually went against me in the
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Because I was
Too enamored.
a fan
Yeah.
of Shah Rukh. I still am.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of things sounded right because he was saying it.
Okay. Okay. Can you give, like, you spoke to Lal Top and you were saying कि मैं बहुत किफ़ायत में बताऊंगा. But here you can like tell at length कि what were those choices that you think didn't go the way you wanted.
Like the comedy of the film.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the way it's kind of demeaning the South Indians.
Is something that I have gone and believed in Shah Rukh, because Shah Rukh has achieved big stardom and success by doing all that, and I had never done it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had reasons to trust him more on that one. And but at the same time, his ambition was very infectious. So I got really inspired by his ambition with the film. So some of the comedy doesn't work. That doesn't mean that whatever subscription I had of his ideas were only harmful.
Yeah.
His ambition was to make the film that it became in terms of its ambition also comes from Shah Rukh.
Yeah.
So I was enamored by him.
Yeah.
I still am.
Yeah.
Every time I meet Shah Rukh, now I have a different relationship with him. I do have, and I express strongly my conflicting views. But when he says something, to begin with, he sounds convincing. I mean, that's his charm.
Yeah. So when you say comedy, you mean the South Indian jokes that were there?
No, it's not.
Because
So when it came to discussing comedy, and I had a minor disagreement, I would subscribe to him.
Oh, okay.
Similarly, when he said कि मतलब एक दिन जैसे एक जोक हुआ, मैंने कहा मैं चाहता हूँ कि 90% ऑफ स्क्रीन में रावण रिलीज हो. तो वो हंसने लगा. मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? तो बोला अबे 100 में रिलीज होगी रावण. We were far from the release at the time, but it actually so happened that it released in almost like 98% of the screens.
Yeah.
So that's who he is.
Yeah.
He dreams big, he works towards it, he makes it work.
Yeah.
Within that, maybe I should have also used sometimes my own conviction about certain things.
Yeah.
But then this happens in a give and take relationship where sometimes you'll take something which is not great, but at the same time you take some things that are great.
Yeah. When you look back, do you think the first half of the film doesn't hold that well in contrast? Because that's what I've heard a lot. And when I go back to the reviews, a lot of the reviews were, of course, largely negative, but they were very criticizing the film for its
That's the
first.
part of the noise. Do you remember if Naseeb ka first half better tha ya second? Ya Sholay ka first half tha ya second better tha ya second? No.
Yeah.
At a point, we never looked at films like that.
Okay.
You should never look at films like those.
Okay.
You should watch a film, and when you leave the film, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Today, there's a difference between an opinion on a film and the critique of a film.
Yeah.
Critique is a very specialized job.
Yeah.
Opinion is an opinion.
Yeah.
There's a very famous saying which uses some foul language, but you know what I'm talking about. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
But today you can publish your opinion on some platform or the other, and then it becomes a critique. But it's not. A critique is the job of a very well-read person who is well-read on cinema, well-read in life, and then first half, second half हिंदुस्तान में होता है. सारी दुनिया में first half, second half नहीं होता. So films are not judged by their halves.
Yeah.
Films are either good or not.
Yeah. Do you think that?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it like that. I have forgotten.
Yeah. But okay, because you have
So
also
maybe
not
on
watched
that
it.
scale, if some people think that the first half is not good, the second half is very good, These days I hear this a lot about every film.
Yeah. It's been there for like quite some time. But what I was asking is, you were, the fact that the film, that's what a lot of people. So another thing that RaOne captured was another intersection in like the larger cinematic trend that was going to happen subsequently, and especially in Shah Rukh's career, is that Shah Rukh choosing to do a high concept, very full VFX driven spectacle with a filmmaker that he has not worked before, and that not working well. And that's something that happened baad mein also. He decided to do a film called Fan, which was again, it's a very nice film and something which is very brave, but that didn't work. Then something that happened with Zero, with Anand Rai. And all these filmmakers have at some point said that when you're working with Shah Rukh, which you have also talked about, you get enamored first, and then second is that the scale just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So did you feel that happened with RaOne also, especially in terms of casting, because the film opens with the cameo of Sanjay Dutt and Priyanka Chopra, and that's the first scene that we really see. How, if you can explain that to us?
Explain which part of it?
Explain as in the fact that it gets bigger and bigger, and the casting choices that you made.
You know, Shah Rukh is a charmer. No, that's a cliche now, but he has relationships.
Yeah.
So it takes him a phone call or a text message to have Sanjay Dutt come and do a cameo, and anybody for that matter.
Yeah.
Look at that song in Om Shanti Om. Yeah. So, yes, and that's one of his bigger strengths, that he dreams that big.
Yeah. Yeah.
He walks into a house which is, you haven't seen with the Mannat, that house that it is now. That used to be a small little ruin.
Yeah.
And he walks into that house and he decides to make his home there.
Yeah.
And he makes it.
Yeah.
And you know, that's who he is.
Yeah.
He's,
And now it's like a monument.
yeah, just by virtue of him being there, it's a bigger monument than what it was.
Yeah.
But that's how Shah Rukh dreams, and you subscribe to it,
Yeah.
because he makes it sound doable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you participate in that dream.
Yeah. So was that scene always supposed to be like that? Or like the intro, how was the opening originally you had thought? I know it's like long time back, but...
You know, that's one of the mistakes I made. That's one of the larger mistakes that I made as a writer, director, is that it was a very high concept film about a video game.
Yeah.
And a video games universe interfering with the real world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
High concept. This is the time when even video games are not very high tech in India and very niche in India. And then the ambition to try and make a film that will be accessible to one and all encompassing.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. So initially the opening scene of the film was that the parents, you see a toy car
Yeah.
on a highway, busy highway.
Yeah.
Is driving through traffic, going under cars, and really high speed stuff. And then you realize that it's a boy sitting inside a car with his parents,
Okay.
who's controlling it.
Yeah. Oh.
So he's a gamer,
Yeah.
and the father is a game developer.
Okay.
And they are right now talking about that, you're very boring, dad. Why don't you make a game where the villain is the most powerful character? And in order to please his son, he goes, and that was the takeoff point of the film.
Yeah. It starts immediately.
Yeah. So that sounded like too high tech for India.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
A boy sitting inside a car,
Yeah.
operating a
Machine.
toy car
Yeah.
in thick traffic,
Yeah.
high speed, thick traffic, which also sort of looked like triggering wrong aspirations amongst kids. So morally felt wrong.
Okay.
And so we started thinking of an alternate opening of the film, and by then we were already shooting and making the film, and we thought we'll sort of crack it.
Yeah.
And then it became a dream sequence of the child, and then by then we were late to accomplish the visual effects in the manner we were accomplishing for the rest of the film.
That part is a bit tacky. Yeah.
It's tacky because I did not give enough time to the VFX team, and we shot it, and we had the time to shoot it, but they didn't have the time to do it. So the film opens with a tacky sequence. A film which is promising to be this new age superhero film opens like that, then you already are let down. When you get into the real film, you're already let down as an audience. And so then a bit of irreverence sets in the audience. And then you're looking at everything with that lens. And that was a little harmful. And when you have taken so many favors and you've created a sequence, spent money and blah blah blah, not that he cares about the money, it felt wrong to not have it in the film. So we had it in the film, which to me was not the best favor to the film.
Because
my fault though.
I really like, even though the scene doesn't fit well with the larger context of the film, but because and that's something that you did with Cash also, is that you push the language of a traditional film, like of a fiction film, how we associate, because you in Cash days you throw in animation out of nowhere, and it's a mainstream film to do it back then, and that's something that I really appreciate Cash for doing it. And again, it has its own problems and whatever. And similarly in RaOne, when I watched when I was a kid, and you start with a very video game aesthetic, even though it's not the original idea, but you're putting us right into the heart of what we should expect the rest of the film to be.
If that sequence was executed well, the response, and it's not the fault of the VFX team. I want to underline this. We gave them
and they have
3
done such
weeks.
a spectacular job.
We gave them 3 weeks or something.
The
release date was fixed and the promotion has started, and they were still working like mad people on that sequence. So that was my fault.
Another scene that I want to pick your brain is the pre-interval sequence, which is just so amazing. I don't know if I watched it abhi, but like when you watch it even now, it holds up so well, especially in terms of like the way it's shot, the graphics, VFX and all of that, but just the fact that the sheer imagination of it, they're like cars being thrown at each other, and we for the first time see G1 and he's taking on RaOne, and even the RaOne changes his like he gets into his full suit, and there's like the first fight that we see between them, and then you even go to the skyscraper, and then he falls from there, and then that's when the interval happened. That's such a imaginative sequence. How did you do it? What was the idea, like the writing it, the imagination part of it? What were the discussions?
That was all my madness. So I thought of that sequence, them throwing cars at each other, and I didn't narrate it to anybody. It sounded too outrageous to me. So for the longest time, every time Shah Rukh and I would say it, there were days and days and days of me and him in his study, spending the whole day together. I would leave at 1 o'clock from his house, and then he'll call me again at 3 a.m. कि तू सो तो नहीं गया था? मैं कहा नहीं. So one day we were thinking इसमें क्या करें, and I had an idea in my head already, and I never had the gumption to to tell him that this is the idea, and I wasn't even sure if this can be executed.
Yeah.
So I was also this chota time filmmaker.
Yeah.
So one day I narrated it to him in the flow,
Yeah.
and I said something like that.
Yeah.
So he said, why something like that? Why can't we do this? Is this from some other film? So I said, no, this is pure my imagination. So he said, let's do this, this is fantastic. So I said, okay. And then I sat down with Andy and Spiro, and then we figured out how to do, Andy Spiro, the stunt coordinators and the stunt director of the film, and how to do it. And then we broke it down, and then it happened. And when I thought of it, it didn't feel like it was executable.
Yeah, yeah. And I think so it's because of that sequence. Back then there were reports that you were busy shooting that, because of that Karan Johar had to shoot some. And that was also didn't go well with the film. Because like there were like a lot of rumors and reports that there are other filmmakers also have shot some part of the film.
Yeah, Karan did shoot for a day.
Yeah.
So to set the record straight.
Yeah.
And no one else shot.
Yeah, because there were reports like Yash Chopra also shot. And you said to Taran that if that's going to happen, then I'll retire. Ki Yash ji is shooting my film.
Yash ji, we were shooting Chammak Challo in Yashraj.
Oh, okay.
And a very big political leader was visiting us.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. So Yash ji was sitting on set, and that leader was sitting on set, foreign leader.
Yeah.
He had come to see Shah Rukh Khan shoot a film.
Oh.
So यश जी का जो स्पीच था वो बहुत आसान नहीं था टू अंडरस्टैंड इफ यू नॉट यूज्ड टू हिज स्पीच रिदम. सो द सॉन्ग स्टार्ट प्लेइंग एंड यश जी फ्रॉम अ डिस्टेंस कॉल्ड मी एंड सेड अनुभव मैं एक्शन बोल दूं. तो मुझे समझ नहीं आया क्या बोल रहे हैं. म्यूजिक बज रहा था और यश जी का पैटर्न उनका थोड़ा अजीब सा था, डिफरेंट था. So Shah Rukh got it. He ran to me, and I was like, "Sorry, sir." And he ran to me, Shah Rukh, and he said, "Sir, कह रहे हैं कि मैं एक्शन बोल दूं." तो मैं गया, मैंने उनके पैर छू लिए. मैंने कहा, "सर, आप एक्शन बोल दोगे तो मेरी लाइफ बन जाएगी." यश चोपड़ा मेरी शॉर्ट पिक्चर में एक बार एक्शन बोल देंगे तो मतलब भक्त थे हम तो ना. तो मैंने कहा, "सर, प्लीज." हालांकि गानों में एक्शन नहीं बोला जाता है, बट ही वांटेड टू डू इट एज अ ब्लेसिंग.
Yeah.
So I said, please. So he said action.
Yeah.
And next day it was in Bombay Times.
Yeah.
And then Yash ji was directing, and then, which I think was disrespectful towards Yash ji.
Yeah.
And that car throwing sequence overshot by a day. And the next day I was supposed to shoot those scenes.
Okay.
And then we got stuck. So either I stay at the action sequence,
Okay.
which was complex, or I go there. And Karan was in town.
Yeah.
I proposed to Shah Rukh, okay, these are 3 scenes. You and Karan, please go ahead and shoot it.
Yeah.
And so Karan shot it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think 2 or 3 scenes inside the house, the family house in London,
Okay.
were shot by him,
Yeah.
which is not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that. But then my first AD was getting married. So Shah Rukh being Shah Rukh, he called Tarun Mansukhani. आजा अनुभव की हेल्प कर दे. तो next day Bombay Times was saying Tarun Mansukhani was directing an action sequence. So a lot of these things happened.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, now that I understand the business of news better, it wasn't a coincidence. There was a machine that was already working against the film, to discredit the film. Even before the film started, for a long time there was this rumor and going on that it's an animation film that Shah Rukh is making with Anubhav Sinha.
Oh.
So Anubhav Sinha was easily discreditable because he had just now made cash,
Yeah.
and how can he be making a film with Shah Rukh Khan? So there was too much noise. This is the beginning of noise. This is the time when movie stars were letting paparazzi into their bedrooms. So a whole lot of filth was being
Yeah.
thrown around.
Yeah. Yeah.
It continues to be so.
Another scene that I really like, and another fact that I like about the film, is that it also is a take on mythology and how it imbues the mythology into the narrative, and something which is we are doing right now a lot, and like we're championing that we're making these films and all, but you guys did it back then, and I really love the way Arjun Rampal, I think so it's his entry shot into the film, and he enters so late into the film, and when he enters he says that line, which I think so keeps getting a lot of views on Twitter.
That's the only dialogue I wrote in the film.
Oh, okay.
Normally I write dialogue for all my
Yeah.
films,
Yeah.
but that's the only dialogue I wrote in RaOne.
Yeah. कि
कि तुम लोग रावण को हर साल इसलिए मारते हो
Yeah.
क्योंकि तुम जानते हो वो कभी नहीं मरता.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to me about that moment, that line. How
Nothing. I love writing
Yeah.
dialogue.
Very, very Mani Ratnam Ra.One. It reminds me of that because Mani Ratnam had just made Ra.One.
No, he was
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
I think halfway into our journey, we realized that Mani sir was calling his film RaOne,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't even remember if his film released before us or not. But Mani Ratnam is God to me.
Yeah.
So I cannot. I mean, the first time I recognized a frame as a frame.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a movie used to be a movie for us. No, we used to
Yeah.
look inside the frame.
Yeah.
But slowly, as you grew up and as your affinity towards the craft started growing, the first time I have recognized a frame as a frame is Rahul Ravel and Mani Ratnam.
Oh.
And Mukul Anand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this is when now you will make your own frames.
Yeah.
But before that, you have to understand the meaning of a frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, मतलब मणि रत्नम अगर कमरे में खड़े हों और मैं ज़मीन पे भी नहीं बैठ सकता.
Yeah. Yeah.
तो मतलब
Yeah.
I haven't met him ever,
Yeah.
but now I think I can
Yeah.
because I know some people who know him well.
Oh, okay.
So मैंने बोला है मेरे I worked with Arvind Swamy recently.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
So I was talking about Mani sir to him, and he said, "Come, we'll have chai with him." So next time I go to Chennai, and if he's in town and if he's interested, I will have the privilege to
Yeah.
have a cup of tea with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But no, RaOne से हमारा कोई,
Yeah.
मतलब
Yeah.
even
Of
Shah
course.
Rukh,
Yeah.
you know, he's a revered filmmaker of our time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of us revere him.
Yeah.
उससे कोई competition नहीं था हमारा, ना robot से था, किसी से नहीं था.
Yeah, yeah. So another scene, and I have to ask this because I keep going back to it, and people love it. It's the train sequence. It's just next level. I don't think so any action set piece we have made since then has been able to top that, especially in the Hindi film industry. How was that imagining like? And although I do feel, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I do feel that it somewhere doesn't align with whatever it was happening in the story. Like it was a set piece. It was something which was not really well woven into the script. That's what I felt when I was watching last
Quite
night.
possible.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I will not dispute that.
Yeah.
That's you, the viewer.
Yeah.
I mean, and you were then a viewer.
Yeah.
And if you felt like that, it must have happened, no?
Yeah. But having said
As a
that,
set piece, it was fun.
yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, how old was I? I was in my early 40s, I think.
Yeah.
2007-8, I was 42, 43.
Yeah.
42, 2007. I was still discovering the art of writing and the art of film as an art form. I still am discovering. But at the point I didn't, it just was a project, it was a film that you had to make, and you had to make a successful film. So, a whole lot of such sanctity of a script and a set piece and their cohesion was probably not at the top of my mind. So maybe it is quite egregiously so, but for some, maybe not for some. But I, from the time I started doing action films, and including thus, I write my action scenes. A whole lot of times, a writer doesn't write the action scene. He says, this happens, they come face to face, and this is the outcome.
He just writes the situation.
But I like to write my action sequences. And this showed up in my head like that. And it worked out fine.
And that background score by Vishal Shekhar.
The RaOne theme was it was an idea of using choir with rock. So we came across a band, a Dutch band, with the female lead singer that did this rock and choir, dark choir and rock. So we were inspired by that, and then they created that melody, and it became what it became. And it was great fun. We were doing all crazy things. There's Akon in the film, in the sense that Akon is singing for the film, and then we were recording the background score in Prague. And with Shah Rukh, money is the last point of discussion. What we want to do is the first thing. So I said Akon, he said Akon. I said Prague, he said Prague. It's that simple.
How did Kareena came on board?
Kareena, meaning, Shah Rukh was making his most ambitious film. And it was, I was a child in a candy store. I could have asked for anybody. Then Kareena, I am very fond of as an actor. And I think she's brilliant. And Shah Rukh and I spoke in a room, and the next day she was in the film.
I have to ask this because I was watching one of your interviews back 2011 only, and it was a roundtable, a director's roundtable, which you did with TBIP, and it was there was Bijoy Nambia, there was Raj in DK, Raj, not DK, and there was Imtiaz and Rajkumar Gupta. And there you spoke about what you just started the conversation with, about the noise, and you were I think so you were asked about how can a film be over publicized, because RaOne, everyone, and you gave an example of Ritesh coming to the sets and saying कि अगर हम film देखने नहीं जाएंगे तो शाहरुख घर पे आ जाएगा.
Correct.
So do you think it's because of the over publicity also the film didn't reach its potential?
ऐसा होता नहीं यार. अच्छी
Because
film
back then you said something like that.
उतनी watertight film होती ना, वो नहीं थी. So people were more, they were expecting more and they were demanding more from the film. But that doesn't mean that they would, you know how it happens. Sometimes you go to Amritsar and you heard this great hype about a dal somewhere, right?
It doesn't live up to that.
And the hype is so much that you say it's fantastic, it's very nice, but it's not out of this world. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you still like the experience. You liked it. It's what's not that. So that maybe happened a bit. But if it was really excellent, one of the best,
Yeah.
then people would have forgiven
Yeah.
the additional hype.
Yeah. 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 I just have two last questions. One of them is about the fact that, and it's also the article that you recently wrote for Express. I was again reading it this morning, and I was just thinking, do you think if RaOne would have released today, in today's time, it would have worked better and people would have lapped it more, considering the fact that that's the kind of cinema that's working, apparently kind of working on the big screen?
It's nothing to do with today. Of course, no, the numbers have changed.
Yeah.
Minus the kind of, and trust me when I say this to you, that there was really a concert against the film.
Yeah.
You take that concert out and it will do much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether you do it in 2011 or 2025, it's the concert that hurt the film a lot.
Okay.
Concert against Shah Rukh.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think that, which you also wrote, but like this general assumption that the action is only working on the big screen is currently that
No, this is a whole lot of
it's a hoax.
humbug.
Yeah.
Metro is working.
Metro is working so well.
Amir's film is working, Sitare Zameen Par.
Yeah.
Actually, this year, a whole lot of films are working.
Yeah.
But it is fashionable to say that Bollywood is dead and Bollywood is declining. No, it's not dead.
Yeah.
It's making its films, it's getting successful, people are making money, going back home laughing, making other films. It's too much of this noise. It started with boycott Bollywood and whatever, and some people who are ignorant of numbers. And also today there are such a huge noise about numbers. I don't think films, the be all and the end all of a movie is the numbers. I think a film, the age, the time that a film lives for is a bigger success. You and I are today, 14 years after it released. Yesterday or day before was Das's anniversary.
Yeah.
20 years. Das was not the biggest hit of the year. But, it lives on. Tumbin lives on. RaOne lives on. This is a bigger success of a film that the film is remembered
Yeah.
for so many years.
Yeah.
Box office numbers should be left to the producer, not to the audience. It's not their job. Their job is to like the film or not. First half, second half, after 25 minutes this happens. You know, when Animal released, everybody said, it's 3 hours, I don't know how many minutes it was. It was very long. So it's very nice, but it's very long, yeah. That was the noise. The response was whatever 100 crores. Biggest blockbuster of the year.
Yeah.
So we need to start differentiating between the noise and the response, between the opinion and the critique. वो चाय की दुकानों पे तुम छोटे हो बहुत, एक ज़माने में छोटे शहरों पे चाय की दुकानों पे इंदिरा गांधी से लेकर के और जॉर्ज बुश से ले हर आदमी रन डाउन हो जाता था. क्या सचिन तेंदुलकर को फ्रंट फुट पे क्यों गया, वो बैक फुट पे खेलने की बॉल थी. अरे भाई सचिन तेंदुलकर गया फ्रंट फुट पे, चुप करो. बट वो चाय की दुकानें अब इंटरनेट पे खुल गई है, अब लोग बैठ के वहाँ पे कुछ भी बोलते हैं. So take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, yeah. My last question to you is the fact that will you ever make a film with Shah Rukh? And
Is that a question?
I to really want it as a fact.
Access denied to this question. No, I would love to.
Yeah.
But I don't have a story for him, because right now he's attracted to a different universe from the universe that I am attracted to.
Yeah.
So I don't have a story that I can think of taking to him कि शाहरुख ये पिक्चर बनाते हैं साथ में.
But
Because
someday.
of course I would give both my arms to work with Shah Rukh, but I don't have a story for him.
Yeah, yeah.
What do I do?
And my follow-up question was that which you said was because in the 10 tweet you wrote towards the end that कि कभी-कभी दिल करता है.
होता रहता है ना, अभी भी होता रहता है.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So because of course you're making a certain kind of cinema which
नहीं, अभी जैसे मोहित का ट्रेलर देखा मैंने, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा
सैयारा,
लगा.
yeah.
मोहित सूरी का सैयारा का ट्रेलर देखा मैंने, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा.
Yeah.
तो मेरे को ऐसा हुआ एक लव स्टोरी बनाता हूँ यार. तो दिस इज द पावर ऑफ दैट वर्क.
Yeah.
That is so inspiring
Yeah.
that you think कि मैं ऐसी फिल्म बनाता हूँ.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's the power of that work.
Yeah. 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 Thank you for chatting.
Thank you for having me.
The idea of the show is actually which you very well articulated is that to go beyond firstly to go beyond box office and the initial response and noise, and also to discuss film beyond the binaries of good, bad, ugly, middling, mediocre and all of that, because every film is multifaceted and it has a lot to unpack.
मैं आपको एक छोटा सा कहानी सुनाता हूँ. गौतम घोष साहब, बंगाल के बहुत बड़े डायरेक्टर, वो मुझे बता रहे थे पीछे के गोदाद का एक फेस्टिवल हुआ कलकत्ते में.
Yeah.
ब्लॉकबस्टर. सब जा रहे थे लाइन लगा लगा के देखने. गोदाद साहब नहीं आ पाए क्योंकि उनकी तबीयत ख़राब थी. कान में गौतम घोष मिले उनसे और बोले कि सर वो आपका फेस्टिवल आप आते तो आपको मज़ा आ जाता, मतलब लाइनें लगी हुई थी. तो बोले मैं कलकत्ता शिफ्ट हो जाता हूँ क्योंकि फ्रांस में तो मेरी फिल्में चलती नहीं. बट यू नो इज गोदाद, films are his films, and
Yeah.
so you know there's some films that are timeless, and
Yeah. Yeah.
वैन गॉग के बेचारे की एक भी पेंटिंग नहीं बिकी थी
Yeah.
मरने से पहले.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you so much.